of wanting to make different lifestyle choices and doing it for you, and how it can truly bring people together. And I love the fact that you have a focus on women. I think that that is something that is needed out there. And, I really do feel like you're making a huge impact in both at the gym and also in the classroom setting and beyond. So let's talk
Oh, I have
about,
a big club at school too.
oh, yeah, talk about that. Talk about that. That's right. You did tell me that. That is so cool.
So this is my second year. I'm looking into grants and other things to get some more equipment for my kids. I'd love to get some kettlebells for my kids. But another teacher, she joined our gym crew recently.
Yeah,
um, she's awesome. She's said I'll help you a fit club this year.
that's so cool.
And we have the kids doing all kinds of fun movement, making it fun, teaching them about health.
Yes.
When they come in, the first thing that they do is we do a little health lesson. First class, they created goals, had them create some short-term goals. So we started working on their goals. Someone to do so many push-ups, someone to do squats, and it was awesome. We had a good time.
How cool is that? Because I mean, now it's been a really long time since I was in elementary. Um, my physical education teacher, I can remember him, Mr. G, was great. He was different than some of the other teachers that were at that elementary school. I think I had him in like fifth and sixth grade because he also incorporated a little bit of health knowledge into just doing like, I don't know, wall ball or whatever, capture the flag or whatever we did. Um, but the only part that I feel was truly dedicated to like the fitness side of it was I can remember doing the presidential, I think it was called like the presidential fitness test or something like that we had to do back in the
Those.
day, like ran a mile and like had to do pull-ups and sit-ups and things like that. But I love the fact that you have taken an opportunity to do something outside of the regular day of school, and the kids are able to go and focus on their fitness and the health, because and set goals for themselves, because that carries far beyond this directly ties back to that question. This carries far beyond the classroom, because
Oh,
setting goals for yourself is something that you're going to continue to do throughout your entire life, right? So that's
show
great.
them how to go on YouTube, find other kids exercising, do exercises at home. They can
Yeah.
do little poems.
That's so great. That's so great. Yeah, you really definitely are making an impact. Definitely are making an impact. And the district that you work in is very blessed to have you there for sure. For sure.
Amazing school. I love our kids. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
amazing kids.
Yeah, that's great. I know it makes it very, very rewarding when you're able to make those connections with other teachers, and then you just truly love what you do and the kids, and you're able to connect with the kids, and like you said earlier, really let them know they can see by your actions that you truly
Oh, definitely.
care. I watched a show, what is it called? Love is Blind.
Oh, I've seen.
I watched the show, and there was a guy on there, and his upbringing was tough. His upbringing was not very good at all, and he was not shy about saying that. But one of the people that he had come to the wedding day, even though they didn't work out people, that's fine, that's fine. One of the people that he had come was his second grade teacher. And I just thought like, and he was 29. I think he was 29. That stick number sticks with me because that's the same age as my son. And you could just, reality TV show or not, you could truly see the relationship that had formed with him and his teacher from way back when he was little, and how much it had grown and how much she meant to him, for him to have her there and walk him down the aisle too. Like I
Oh,
was, yeah, I was like wanted to cry because I said that right there just shows that you really, as an educator, can impact somebody's life beyond even your wildest imagination.
We have
So,
no. Last year we, you know how they have the graduates walk through the schools.
yes, yes.
I mean, I called Lou and I was bawling my eyes out like a kid. It's gonna make me tear up now,
Mm,
but the impact teachers have. You can have a great impact,
mm-hmm.
or you can be the one that doesn't care, but please be the one that cares.
Yes.
This kid got out of line, was a senior I taught years ago,
Mm.
grabbed me and said, Miss Berry, and hugged me and thanked me.
Oh. Mm.
Walking down the hall, and I was just like, I'll never forget that.
Mm. That is
He
so
saw me
special.
in that hallway and was like, Miss Berry.
Oh.
I called Lou afterwards, was like, oh my God.
Oh.
Like, I was crying. He's like, breathe.
Yeah. It's so emotional. It really is emotional for because you know what? I mean, when you think about it, there are a lot of teachers that you have throughout um, your education, from elementary all the way up through high school. And to remember one from years ago and how much you enjoyed them is it really says a lot about you. And that's why I say that they're very blessed to have you because you are making a huge impact. And yeah, I know I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the individuals that make the decision to go into the field of education and that truly want to make a change in kids' lives because like we've said before, not everybody's home lives are the best and you truly can change the direction of somebody's life. So
Yeah, I'm
thank
blessed to be in a good school with a lot of wonderful people. I love our children.
yeah, yeah,
We've
yeah.
worked together. Like, you have one teacher be like, hey, I heard so and so's family. Okay, let's get something together. And.
Yeah. Bring everybody together to help them and let them know that they are loved,
Yeah,
and some of those kids go on to be the most amazing people in this world
that's right.
because of what the people that were in their life during their school years, how they chose to make a change and to show those kids how much they loved them and how much they meant. It's not something that you forget. It really, truly is not. Like I said, I'm 49 years old and I still remember multiple teachers that really affected me in a positive way, you
Me
know?
too. I'll never forget. There's a couple that touched my life at a very hard time when I was a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah. And that's like you said, like you just said it, you'll never forget. You'll never
I'll never
forget.
forget, and I never want to forget. I always want to remember that so I can give that back.
Yes. Yes, exactly. I just love that. I love this conversation is so special to me. And like I step into like I said, these conversations and you prepare yourself the best way that you can, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It really honestly doesn't. It's all about connecting with somebody and I am so invested because this is all of these things that we're talking about are so, so important. And for me, connection is really key. And being able to connect with you on multiple things. Like, Cindy doesn't know this yet, family. Um, but I have a feeling that I'm going to have to ask her to come back so that we can talk about some other things. Again, you are here with us on Unapologetically Dee. Thank you so much for joining us. You're going to have to hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified when we are dropping new things. Again, real conversations, real people wanting to make a real impact. You are here with Cindy and I, and we are getting ready to move on to our last topic, which is a very fun and powerful one, not like the others were not. But this one is titled The Comeback. So, redefining strength and starting again. You've faced challenges, like we mentioned a little bit in the past, and transitions. What moment stands out for you as a true turning point in your life? And it could be from any area.
One turning point was my brother needing a kidney.
Yes.
That was a huge turning point for me to get my health back on track.
Mhm.
And then,
Mhm.
of course, after kidney donation, I'm a science person. I have a bachelor's of science. I love science. Of course,
Okay.
I dig into it. So I knew, you're going to have to take care of yourself or you're not going to have a kidney. You're
Yeah.
going to be in that shape or, you're going to have health issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Um, so that was part of it. I kept on, I kept pushing. I think it's been, what, 9 years now I've been on this journey.
Yeah. And it's
I've been
hard.
on this journey through a divorce. I never stopped.
Oh,
Um, a couple crazy relationships I let myself get into that now I look back and I'm like, what were you thinking? but
yes, girl.
like I told Lou, we've all been through some things, but then we got to say, okay, we faced it, we realized the choices we were making in the situations, and we grow from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. That is
And
so true.
and through all that, we've got to commend ourselves because at some point we stood up for ourselves and said no more.
Yes. Yes. Which is not easy.
Mm-mm.
It is not easy at all. I feel like when you step into something that can become like a circle, a toxic circle, which I've talked about on some of my other episodes, even with my story, like you mentioned, this is one of the things that I feel like we could really connect is getting into those relationships. And I think sometimes going into them and knowing, like in the back of your head, um, earlier on than for me personally, I wanted to admit I knew that there were signs that was like, yeah, he's not it. One of those things was my mom saying, yeah, he's not it. But I was like, my mom doesn't know. She doesn't know. And meanwhile, in the back of my mind, I'm like, she really knows. But I wanted to believe so much that it was something that was going to be okay that I just continued to stay in it. So,
Sometimes they show you one side and you're hoping to get that side back, but then really their other side comes out.
yes. So they're
Yeah.
able to display this one way that's like great. And you're like, that's what attracts you. And then after you get a little bit further along, you're like, oh, so this is what you really like? Okay. And then it's harder sometimes to like actually make the decision to bounce. I know for me, like I felt like, oh, this is my project. I need to just if I just do this or if I just do that, it will be better. And before you know it was like 6 months later, a year
Or you,
later.
then you got the begging and
Yes, that's another thing too. But
this.
mm-hmm. And because I can 100% identify with like making the choice to be in a relationship that we maybe shouldn't have, I know how hard it would be to stay in your fitness journey when you're going through something like that because that is a mental like it will suck your soul. When
Yeah.
you're in a jacked up relationship, like that will make you mentally be so drained that you just are like you don't really have you don't feel like you have the capacity to want to continue in your fitness journey. But the fact that you're strong enough to do that, that really says a lot because I
I,
know that that's not easy at all.
I think that's what gave me the power to be like, I'm done with this. And I took time off of dating for a while. I was like, okay, I'm seeing a pattern. I'm seeing a cycle.
Uh-huh.
I need to fix myself and see what's going on with the choices I'm making here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because obviously there's something that's what I felt for myself was obviously there's something or a reason as to why I keep ending up with the same kinds of people. And they
Yep.
didn't necessarily like have all of the same characteristics, but there were some key ones that were exactly the same.
Oh yeah, I know
Exactly.
possibly can't say it is the MPD.
Yes. Yes.
I dealt with that, and that's some crazy mind manipulation.
Yes, it is. And it's like I don't know. I think for me, just because of the way that I'm built, the way that I think, it's hard for me to understand how somebody could actually be like that to
Me
another
too.
person and like be able to just live their lives and look at themselves in the mirror and be okay. Like that is like so weird and sick to me. But again, I'm not that type of person. So then I'm
No,
not going to think like that, right? I'm just
I
not.
never understood that either. I'm like, you tell them this person this, but then you're doing this. Why?
Mhm. Like, what's the real true reason as to why?
That
I'd
you don't
ra-
hurting people. I don't get that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And I think that's why, like, when I look at my, and I do feel like you said it earlier, the things that you experience, you learn from those things, right? So I'm not going to say that I didn't learn from a lot of my experiences, but now when I look back, like, I scratch my head and I'm like, girl, what in the hell?
Me, I could go back in time and kick myself.
Yes. I'm like, okay. And you did make the choice to do that. All right. Whatever.
That's why I told Lou, I was like, we met at such a great time because I'd taken time just to really solely reflect and make some, mental changes and in how I see people and not be so trusting and
Yeah. Yes. I did that too. I wasn't in well, I was always active like when I got together with my husband, but I was not in this like the strength training and the part that like how I feel now. I feel strong. I've always been a cyclist, right? But back then, I hadn't yet figured out how to I had changed my way of thinking some way a little bit, but not fully. And that's why I still dealt with like trust things and like I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. Like I was very quick to say that's not going to work for me because it was like a protection thing for me.
yeah,
Further along that we got into our relationship, it's like I've calmed down and I've settled down and I've changed my way of thinking and I'm like if that look, he's not like the other ones, girl. He hasn't given you a reason to think that, right? Like I had to start thinking differently, but just like you,
I
even
did too.
though what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I went through that too. And then you're fighting with that in your head. You're like, no, I can't put this on this person because they're not that person.
Yes,
And you got that
exactly.
until you hit that zone, you're like, okay, it's okay to let my shoulders down. It's okay to let it out.
Yeah. And once you get to that point, it's just a really comforting feeling. And I think like for me, it was because I was so on guard because of the things that had taken place previously that with him, I was just really like I had a wall up. I wanted to let it down, but I had a wall up. And so if anything, the slightest thing seemed off just a little bit, my brain would like take it and run with it. So it really
Mhm.
did take some time for me to figure out, yeah, he's not that person, girl. Just
Yeah,
relax. It's going to be okay. And he proved to me like time and time again, the man is not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that he is, but I'm not perfect either. But
nobody's.
nobody's perfect, right? But like we love each other for who we are, right?
That's right.
And that's one of the beauties I think of really having that connection with the person that you're with is that you feel comfortable, but you feel like you can be who you are, right? Because I'm not going to not be me.
No,
Yeah, I'm not going to not be me. I'm still going
I
to be the strong girl.
expect my partner to not be themselves.
Yes, exactly.
That about my partners that's who I met. That's who they are. They're themselves.
Yep, yep. You love each other for who you are. I like that, we complement one another, keep each other on our toes, and we have similar interests, but we also have our own things that we love to do. So
Yep,
that's the beauty of having a relationship that, the two are you work with each other to make it work.
that's
So
right.
um let's see. A breaking point. We all have one. We all have a breaking point. Was there a time when you realized your breaking point became the beginning of your comeback? So I know we talked about like obviously that very meaningful moment with your brother and you getting your fitness journey started and getting healthy so that you could donate. But was there any other thing that you would like to say? Like a time when you realized that a breaking point, something that you were like, yeah, this is not for me. Like I need to do something because this ain't it.
Yeah, I think the breaking point was when the hospital at Ohio State for the kidney donation called me and told me that my BMI was morbidly obese.
Hmm.
Talk about getting hit and slapped.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we don't always see it
Yep.
like everybody else does.
Yep.
Like when I look back now, and I need to share some more photos. I do. Um, when I look back now, I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
Not who I am today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you looked at a photo and seen that woman in that picture and thought like how you were feeling at that time in your life?
Yeah, you almost feel it through the picture.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know what you're going through at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I was going through some issues in my marriage,
Uh-huh.
and you feel that,
Yes.
like you got a smile on, but you're really in a dark place.
Yes. Yes. I know exactly what you
So
mean.
more than just you don't recognize that person as you pulled yourself out of that place.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the size of the body. It's just, hey, that I was in a dark place and I pulled that's not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize that girl because that's not who I am anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And neither one of those things that you just said, pulling yourself out, like the mental aspect or the physical aspect, neither one of those things are easy. And when you are in that space mentally and you're like just not really feeling like the best, it is not an easy task to be able to lift yourself up and say, I'm going to do this. And sometimes it does take like a slap in the face or an experience, something for that to happen. But the fact that you continue to stay on that journey and continue to push forward, that's the lifestyle thing
Yeah.
that we're talking about. It's, we've talked about a lot of things. The mental aspect is a huge piece of it. Your whole entire journey, your lifestyle, all of the things that you experience. How would you say that you stay grounded when the world expects you to always have your stuff together?
One thing that I always told myself, and that was from day one because you do that roller coaster. Oh, I lost weight and I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Um, when I hit the ground this last time for my fitness journey, I told myself there will never be another day one.
Mm,
You are not going to have another day one. This is it.
yes. I love that, Cindy. That's so powerful. That is so powerful because you know what? It really truly does go hand in hand with like how I said it's a lifestyle. And I know you say it's a lifestyle. Yeah, hey, you know what? What is one of the most powerful things? People get knocked down all the time. But one of the most powerful things, and I say this all the time to myself, is girl, you've been knocked down plenty of times, but the fact is that you got back up. You
Yep, you
didn't
got
stay
it.
down there, right? And so never having another day one. I love that. I
And
love
that got me through a lot of, these bad things that, relationship stuff. Cause I was like, no, there's never going to be another day one. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. Yes, that is so powerful. Look, people, I learned something from every single individual, every single guest that I have on Unapologetically Dee. I really truly learned something from, and I've learned a ton from you, Cindy, but never am going to have another day one is something. I'm just going to be honest with you, Cindy. I'm going to have to steal that. I'm
Go
going to have
ahead.
to share that with some of the women at the gym because I think that women are always looking for, again, that a partner to lift them up,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, I'm going to have to steal that for
Tell
sure.
them to write it down and put it somewhere where they're at all the time, like your mirror in your bathroom.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes,
There will
that is
be
so good.
another.
That is so good. And I am going to take that. I won't forget that. Okay, I again, I say this that I could continue to talk to you for like another hour, but let's go ahead and wrap it up with what advice would you give to somebody that is standing in their in between, but not broken, but not fully back yet, stage in their life?
They're in between. Not really broken, not really there yet. Keep going. Keep pushing yourself. You don't do it for this person, that person. You do it for you. You do it for your life, your health, your longevity.
Hmm. Yes, I love that. And it's
Because
so powerful.
it's personal. It's very personal. I've met, being a trainer in a gym, people are like, oh, so and so wants me to lose weight, or I've got a special event. No, you do it for you and your life, your
Yeah.
livelihood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like it's always great to set goals and like, if you want to attach a date to something, okay. But when you think about it as your lifestyle, that date is going to come and go. If it's your lifestyle, it doesn't matter if that date is 6 months in the rear view mirror because you are still doing the things that you did 6 months leading up to that date. So
That's
I
right.
love that. I love that. Yeah, keep going, keep pushing forward and do
And love yourself through the process. I tell my
it.
women, one thing I wish somebody would have told me when I first started was to love myself through the process.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love through the process when I first started.
Yeah. Love
Because
yourself.
I was just, I was just like, I was ashamed of myself for where I was at.
Yeah. Yes, I can understand. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Love yourself. Keep pushing forward. Do it for you.
And it
And make yourself great.
takes time.
It absolutely does. Because nothing happened overnight, man. Nothing is going to happen overnight. And I think 100% I believe this. That is why, if you have it in your brain that is truly a lifestyle, that when you realize that, okay, I'm going for a week. Okay, you might go for a full 30 days and not necessarily see anything, but I guarantee you your sleep's going to be better. If you have stress, it is going to be reduced. You just are going to feel better overall, right? And also, another thing, it is a goal that you have set for yourself. I want to do this, and you are doing it, right? So, all of those things, I take them and wrap them up in a nice, pretty bow and say, pat on the back to you. Pat on the back to you. Because, again, like Cindy and I both said, nobody else is going to make you, even if you have a trainer. Cindy, even with you being a trainer, just because you have a session with your trainer doesn't mean that you're going to go to it. You have to want to. Now, your trainer might have a few words for you, right? But it's all I mean, for me, I know it would be all because I'm trying to motivate, right? But
All
I
right,
also
girl, get back on this train and get here.
there you have it. There you have it, family. Cindy is not playing around. But Cindy, I would really like to thank you for taking the time to sit with me and talk about so many personal and powerful things. And like I said, family, we're going to have Cindy back because this was amazing. And I appreciate you sharing your journey, not only in the classroom, also your personal journey with fitness space, and then also your comeback and like how you are able to motivate those around you and how much you are giving back to the community. All amazing things. Thank you so very much for being here with me on Unapologetically Dee. I very much look forward to our next time. And oh yes, by the way, family, it will be Cindy and our men coming up soon on Let's Talk About It with Lou J, Couples Talk. So I'll be dropping that link again below so that you can go and subscribe to that channel because there are so many amazing stories that you will want to hear, including some with Cindy. So I'll be dropping that below. If you have anything that you would like to add and or share, please go ahead, feel free, drop a message below. Again, you're gonna have to hit that subscribe button so that you can get notifications to when episodes of Unapologetically Dee drops. Maybe I might throw up some shorts with my cat, fitness stuff, you name it, fashion, it's all there. So thank you again for joining us, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. See you later. Bye-bye.